I am deep in the mountains, the Appalachian Mountains of West Virginia. I'm actually from this region originally, but this is northern West Virginia, about 3 miles from the Maryland border. And I've come here to do something a little different, and that is to try and photograph the wildlife, particularly the North American whitetail. It's spring, so it's not the best season to be here. A more active season is in the fall during their rut, but there are lots and lots of whitetail in this area, and so it's about 20 minutes before sunrise, and I'm going to make my way out to an area and set up and hopefully see some deer this morning. So I've put on my 3D camouflage. And I made my way down to an open area in the forest. There is a tree stand that's used for hunting that's just over here. And so this is a popular area where a lot of game trails intersect. So I've got an open area here that I'm just going to wait and see if we get any morning traffic. I've been here about 20 minutes. And the sound of the forest is amazing. I haven't seen or heard any deer yet. But it's just now sunrise, so I expect if anything's going to be moving, it'll be moving in the next 30 minutes or so. I've been here about maybe 40 minutes and listening to the sounds of the forest. But I haven't seen any deer here. But I did hear what sounded like a fairly large deer off to my left. And I could see some shadow and some outline moving through the trees. So unfortunately, this morning I think I'm set up in the wrong place. So I think I'm gonna leave my backpack here, take my camera, and do a little recon this morning. I have another morning here tomorrow, so my quest for the North American whitetail is just beginning. Well, this morning was a little bit of a learning experience. So, obviously the area that was set up in was not the best, but I did some scouting around and found some areas that will work better for tomorrow. But so I have 2 days here, so just the beginning of my quest to photograph the North American whitetail. welcome back, and it's now late afternoon. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but it's actually starting to snow, and so I wanted to get out a little early because typically when the weather changes like this, the deer will come out earlier than normal to feed. Especially since it's starting to snow. It's kind of a snow-rain mix right now. And so the area I'm going to is actually this kind of woodline right here. So I've got my 3D camouflage with me. But it's considerably colder now than it was earlier. So I've got all my layers. I'm going to stop it down here, put on my 3D camouflage again, layer up, and then just find a spot to sit for a little bit, and hopefully some deer will come out into the field. So let's go. So I didn't mention before, but the deer in this area are pretty skittish, and they get spooked really easy because of all the hunting. So you have to be really careful, and to be successful, you have to be pretty well camouflaged, and it typically takes a lot of patience. So I'm set up here now, so I'm just gonna wait and see. I've got like I got a really good view to my left, but I also have a view to the right just in case anything comes out there. So be quiet. You may be able to hear it snowing now. That helps because it does not only tamp down the scent, but it also helps with the noise. So let's see. Well, unfortunately that didn't work out. I was down here in the woodline for about 2 hours, but it might be still a little early, at least for this area. Maybe it's still snowing, but no accumulation. So it's about 6 p.m. Still have at least another hour and a half of light, so I might try and find another area. But unfortunately, as I said, it takes patience and perseverance. And today has been 2 strikes. So it's not over yet, but I still have tomorrow. But for now, go back to the car and maybe check out another area. See you in a bit. Well, it's still snowing, and I've traded sitting outside to now sitting inside a blind. And this blind is actually a fixed blind, which is a view down onto a number of game trails. This is a mixed foray. forest. There's both deciduous trees as well as pine trees. And the snow is now starting to lay on the ground, and so the ground is turning white. So if any deer or turkeys come by this evening, probably have about an hour or maybe a little longer before dark. So I'm going to stay here in the blind and fingers crossed for some better luck. So I've been here about 30 minutes, and there are 2 deer outside. I'll show you some video. Well, you can see that it is dark. Sorry I couldn't film inside the blind, but it was impossible because it was so dark in there. I had 3 deer show up near the blind, and I was able to get some shots. I'll have to take a look at them when I get back. But at least the first day wasn't a total failure. It's still snowing, and it's very dark. I need to get some dinner. You can't see me anyway, and stay tuned because I'll be back here tomorrow. Well, good morning. Welcome back to the Appalachian Mountains. You can see that there was a fair dusting of snow overnight. Probably got maybe 2 or 3 inches of wet snow. This morning, I'm on my way back to the blind that I was in last night. Just because I had quite a bit more luck there. The other is it's just about 20 minutes or 15 minutes before sunrise. So I want to get in position there. With the snow, I think it'll be better to be in the blind rather than out on the ground. So no strange looking 3D camouflage today. But hopefully a productive morning. So walking out to the blind now, and we'll see how it turns out. So I think I'm all set here back in the blind. I did switch my camera lens to the 70 to 200 because when I was here last night, everything I was shooting with the 200 to 600 was at 200 millimeters. So I'd like to have a little more flexibility in terms of focal length. So I changed down to the smaller 70 to 200. One change I made as I'm sitting here is last night it was pretty dark. Actually, it was really dark, and so I had to crank my ISO last night pretty high. I was shooting at ISO 8000 by the end of the night. And so now this morning I've gone ahead and dialed everything back to ISO 800 for now. The other difference is, or not difference, but clarification is, I am shooting in shutter priority, and for these shots I like to have the shutter at about 1/100th of a second, and with this 70 to 200 f4 lens I'm able to get that. So those are my settings right now. Well, this morning in the blind didn't turn out as good as last night, but I guess that's to be expected. With what little I know of wildlife photography, it definitely requires a lot of patience, perseverance, and a little bit of luck. But I'm overall happy with this trip. I'm really happy that I at least got some pictures of the whitetail deer from last night. I was hoping for some this morning. What a beautiful morning. But unfortunately that didn't work out. The only wildlife I saw this morning was a couple gray squirrels. I took a picture of it just to commemorate it. I'll show you that right now. Yeah, so little gray squirrel. That was it this morning. But really had an enjoyable time. It's been, I think, a little bit rushed, but hopefully come back to this area maybe in the fall or late summer, early fall during the rut. I think especially the whitetail deer will be out and much more active at that time of the year. But that's going to do it for this kind of short mini outing to the Appalachian Mountains in search of the North American Whitetail Deer. I would like to thank you for coming along. If you have any questions or comments, certainly leave those down below. I always appreciate those. And if you like the video, it's a little different than my normal outings. I don't normally wear camouflage and all the garb, but if you like the video, always appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.